Welcome back to The Outsider's Perspective. My name's Ollie, and here's your loaf of daily bread. Today's loaf comes to us from the Tao Te Ching, where Lao Tzu says the following: "A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. A good artist lets his intuition lead him wherever it wants. A good scientist has freed himself of concepts and keeps his mind open to what is. Thus, the master is available to all people and doesn't reject anyone. He is ready to use all situations and doesn't waste anything. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost, however intelligent you may be. It is the great secret." So according to Lao Tzu, this is the great secret. Following your intuition, freeing yourself of concepts and keeping your mind and heart open, accepting all people as they are and rejecting no one. Notice what he says about the good person. He says the good person is merely the bad person's teacher, and the bad person is merely the good person's job. So if you consider yourself to be a good person and you're faced with someone that you consider to be a bad person, turning away from that bad person, rejecting them, attacking them, insulting them, these go against what Lao Tzu is trying to teach us here, my friends. Instead, if you consider yourself to be a good person and you are faced with a bad individual, you should regard that individual as your job. Notice also what he says about the master and what they do with situations as they arise. Lao Tzu says the master makes use of everything that comes his or her way. The master rejects nothing and makes use of everything. It's certainly a worthwhile target to aim for, because as I've said in previous videos, you can't control the things that life brings to you. But you can certainly control how you perceive these things and how you react toward these things. And if you perceive and react in a way that is searching for opportunities, searching for ways to make the best of even a bad situation, then you're going to have a much more easygoing and enjoyable life than if you simply judge, resist, and argue against whatever it is that life has presented you. I can think of lots of examples of this in my own life, but I think the most current and pressing example would be this person who keeps commenting on my videos, my #1 fan. I feel like I've gone back and forth on this issue a few times. At first, I wanted to do the opposite of what Lao Tzu is indicating here. I wanted to ignore this person. I wanted to block them. I wanted to stop responding. But as I tried to do this for the first few days, I felt something weird. I felt like I wasn't doing the right thing. I felt like there was a better way to go about it. And then I read this passage just the other day and it clicked. And it reminded me of another passage that I really love from Marcus Aurelius, where he says, "We are made for one another. To reject another person, to turn away from another person in anger is unnatural." Lao Tzu is saying more or less the same thing here. He's saying the master, the Taoist ideal, the person who is an embodiment of all the Taoist principles that he is describing in this book. He says that person rejects no one, is available to all, and regards people, ignorant people, toxic people, people who are rude, people who have nothing in life but hate and poison, as their job. If I consider myself to be a good person, I should regard individuals like this as my job. So thank you, Lao Tzu. Thank you for putting things in perspective for me. Thank you for pointing out the error of my ways. And simply thank you for sharing your wisdom across the ages. If you enjoyed this video or the wisdom from the Tao, I highly recommend that you get your own copy, because it's an excellent book. And it's one that I rely on very heavily in my own personal beliefs and practices. So, there you go. All right, well, thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to live well, my friends.